Hello, my name is Chloë Delanghe. I'm a Belgian artist living in Brussels. I work mainly with photography and film in my art practice, and the research I do is really revolving around human relationships and the vulnerabilities and complexities that go along with this. So my exhibition Minnebrieven, or Love Letters at TOKAS, is based on an old-fashioned Dutch word for the word love letter. In the space you'll basically see a multi-screen installation with 3 videos. On the separate screens you'll see that one screen is basically a postcard from Tokyo. The other is a compilation of 2 portraits of animals, and the third is the love letter itself. And together they kind of function as a bundle of love letters, you could say. I think that I've always thought that the relationship between humans and animals is a very interesting topic. It's also been widely researched, but I think that my interests lay mostly in the directness of the exchange in human and animal relationships. I think the desire I had was to think about what kind of communication that takes place. And it was also thinking about the communication that is also lacking with people, between people. That what I desire from the animal is very is very clear. It's very clear in the images I've made, and I like that directness. I think the animal also doesn't desire anything from me. So I wanted to use this as a starting point, and thinking about looking itself through the act of looking at something else. In John Berger's essay, Why Look at Animals, he discusses the idea of the gaze that is reserved by people, especially for animals. And I think that this idea of a look that is reserved for someone, but that is not returned, that was something that really resonated with my photographic practice and with the way I've worked with photography in the past. I was really interested in the complexities of the gaze, and that the emotional signifiers by people are much more complex than with animals, and therefore I thought it was interesting to explore looking at something else, something outside of yourself from this point of view rather than with people. And again, it refers to this kind of directness when dealing with animals, because if they lose interest in you, they simply run away or look away. And with people, it's there's a lot more emotional signifiers going on. I think I was drawn to animals that are kind of semi-domesticated, animals that are living amongst humans but are not pets. So I already traveled to Japan before, and I decided to focus on the Japanese deer and the city pigeons. But then when I was doing my residency at TOKAS, I traveled to Sapporo for a short while, and I was in a park there, and there were a lot of crows and ravens, even though I was filming pigeons. And there was this beautiful autumn sunlight, and it was really hitting their black feathers beautifully. And I decided I also wanted to portray this animal. I think also what's really fascinating that you can see in the video is that their eyes, when they shut very fastly, when they blink, it becomes blue, which is very remarkable. I first came to Japan in 2016 when I was traveling by myself, just for a holiday actually. And I was just taking a lot of photographs of animals on my trip. So not any exotic animals, but just the animals that I would encounter on the street. So I had mainly photographed pigeons, and I'd become interested in photographing animals because I was taking a break from looking at people, and I thought that the images were very romantic when I got back home, and very suggestive and full of desire. So I decided to combine these images in an exhibition at Wheels titled Love Letters 2016. I think after completing the show at Wheels in Brussels, I wanted to keep working with the same themes because I thought they were really exciting to me. The portrayal of the animals and the idea of the love letter. So I decided to make them audiovisual. And I also thought that the exhibition was very romantic and very beautiful. And I decided I also wanted to have some kind of a tension and darkness in the moving image love letters. And I think the work has become a little bit more personal to me than when I did the show in 2016. I think that the act of looking is really at the center of the work that I've made, and looking very intently is, I think, the main thing. So I hope that people notice that the love letter is something that is also unanswered, just the same as the look from the animal, the gaze that I give them is not answered either. So I hope that people they relate to the idea of connecting to something really intensely, and really wanting to look at something and experience something without the intention of getting something back, like relating to the world without desiring to get an answer.